Right, now we move on to disrupting motor claims assessment with Tractable. Tractable have been a hugely exciting company for a number of years now, 2 or 3 years now, working on disrupting the assessment solution with AI and image-based solutions. This concept of taking a picture of a car and the AI translates the picture into data and then into decisions, which obviously offers huge opportunities in terms of instantaneous decision making, accurate AI-driven decision-making on whether a car is repairable or a write-off or a total loss and the costs of the respective solution. So hugely exciting technology. Been working with the GIS for a number of years now to develop it, and it seems really now to be spreading its wings and getting out across the market. So it's a huge delight to talk to Matt Twist, who's Head of Business Development for Tractable, and he's going to talk us through more of their solution. Welcome, Matt.
Okay, thanks, Stu. And today we're going to talk about the way insurers use artificial intelligence to be more efficient, more effective, and provide a better experience for their policyholders. I'm going to give you some real-life examples from our customers of what the ultimate claim journey looks like and the part that artificial intelligence can play within it. So, who are Tractable? We use artificial intelligence and computer vision to understand auto damage. The Tractable technology has been trained on millions of real incidents, of images of real incidents, and now understands damage like a human assessor. We work with 20 of the top 100 insurers around the world, and we operate in 13 markets around the world. And to date, our technology has been used to process over €1 billion of claims. So what does that ultimate claims journey look like for both the insurer and for the policyholder? Here's a simple overview of the claims process from first notice of loss to claim settlement. And today we're going to talk about 3 concrete examples. At first, with the first notice of loss with the policyholder. Secondly, a claims management with the body shop. And the third example, loss assessment and repair with the appraiser. But let's start at the beginning of the process with first notice of loss. After an accident, the process always starts with a visual appraisal of the damage. An expert inspects the damage and estimates the cost for fixing it. AI for vehicle damage appraisal is like having an expert appraiser who has seen millions and millions of vehicles and can complete an appraisal in seconds. The AI expert never gets tired, never gets bored, never gets hungry, and what's more important, it stays consistent, vehicle after vehicle after vehicle. AI can predict costs, and it can turn around damage assessments in seconds, accelerating the decision-making time for insurers and shortening that cycle time. So a great example of this is the work we complete with Ageas, a global insurer that is using our AI to produce end-to-end estimates during that first notice of loss call for thousands of claims every month. The customer calls in, the claims agent sends a link to a web app. The customer takes a few pictures of the car and immediately can get a repairable or total loss decision from Ageas before hanging up the call, all in under 3 minutes. Ageas can then send the vehicle down the right channel, the right triage decision, to the shop if it's repairable or to the salvage yard if it's a total loss. And all this is based on visual assessment instead of a blind scoring tool. This means Ageas gets detailed, high confidence assessment of the damage without ever having to send out an appraiser. And this shortens their cycle time by about a week. So let's see how it works step by step. In this example, the policyholder has called the Ageas claims agent, they've sent a link to the web app, and now the policyholder is taking pictures of the damage. What's really cool that the Tractable system has inbuilt quality control. So if one of the images isn't quite right, the policyholder will be coached by the app to take another image. And we can see that in this example here. The app saying to the policyholder, I can't quite see that front bumper. Can you take another photo so we can carry on with the estimate? So let's do that. Now the policyholder goes back to the camera, takes another image of the bumper, and great, we're done. We can see the entire vehicle now. Let's continue with the estimate. The photos are uploaded, and the process of beginning to process them and analyze them and produce this estimate begins. So let's continue now with the second step. you can see the machine going through the images and identifying every panel in those images that's visible with no other input apart from the pictures themselves. But the next step is where it gets really cool. The AI is going to assess the damage and suggest the right repair operation, just like a car appraiser would. Okay, so we can see the images being processed. And now the AI is saying there's 5 areas of the car that need to be looked at: the front bumper, the bonnet, the front left wing, the front right wing, and the grille. And you can see from the first example of the front bumper, the AI is suggesting a replace. And I think judging by the images we can see on the screen, we would agree with that. And the bonnet, again, a replace. And again, I think judging by the images, we would agree with that. As you move to the right of the estimate, you can now see the labor hours that the AI is suggesting to perform that operation, which is pretty cool. But then if you go further right, you can now see actually the cost of performing A, the labor, or B, replacing the front bumper. Because the Tractable system is integrated with many different industry partners, we can do that. Okay, we move on now. And the estimate is complete. And this really is magic. What the AI has just done then in a few seconds is a really complex and what used to be a highly manual test that would take an expert appraiser a long time to do. And we've just done it in seconds. And the reason why we can do this is the Tractable AI has learned to understand claims just like a human would. It has seen millions of cases and billions of images, so it can make sense of damage to dozens of parts, regardless of the vehicle, year, make, or model. And this means more accurate total loss decisions. For a GS, the car can be sent directly to salvage. And if it's repairable, the estimate can be shared with body shops to give them visibility on the claim and which parts to order. And of course, for the policyholder, it means a much quicker and seamless interaction with the insurer, increasing their satisfaction with their policy. Great. So that was FNOL. Now moving down the chain to the body shop part of the workflow when the car's on site. Here we can see how artificial intelligence can interact with the body shop directly. AI is trained to minimize the back and forth between body shops and insurers, and we enable instant approval so the body shop can get on with its job while ensuring the best and safest standards for 100% of their repairs. A good example of this is Covea, the #1 auto insurer in France, with about 900,000 claims per year. In this example, artificial intelligence ensures that the body shop and the insurer are aligned in real time by having the AI visually review 100% of in-scope estimates. The main goal here is to give the body shop more autonomy. They don't need to wait for approval. They get it in real time because of Tractable. Because approval is much faster, body shops get to repair more cars and thereby increasing their profitability. But there is also another great benefit here. Covea can now truly understand their body shop network. They can ensure best practice and the safest repair standards are adhered to at all times. And Covea can work with their less consistent performers to educate them and elevate them to a standard that they expect. In effect, the AI acts as a real-time coach, guiding the body shop to successful outcomes. And this means body shops are more successful and the Covea body shop network is far more efficient. Okay, my third and last example is around assisting and augmenting the appraiser. We've seen how AI can change the journey at FNOL and how it can help body shops. Now let's look at how AI is helping expert appraisers as part of that claims journey. To show you this, I'm going to discuss our work with Tokyo Marine, the largest auto insurer in Japan with over 1 million auto claims per year. And this is a great example of a company taking action and using technology to help appraisers work better and faster. Tokyo Marine receives images and estimates from body shops as usual, but will first send them to Tractable. Our AI goes through the photos and highlights the key adjustments and recommendations and recommends those to the experts. Bring attention only to the relevant information rather than a generic dump of all that claim data, all those photos, all that information that an expert appraiser would have to manually sift through. Basically, all these repetitive and manual tasks are taken care of by the AI. So experts can work faster and really focus on the complex cases. Tokyo Marine has told us that previously it took them about 2 to 3 weeks to work out how much to pay repairers. And with the Tractable technology, this time has significantly been reduced. So they're the 3 examples we wanted to show you today, the 3 steps towards that ultimate claims journey and what we see the industry adopting around the world. Better and faster decision-making at FNOL, increased autonomy for the body shop, and faster decision-making for the appraisers, overall accelerating that journey from end to end. Of course, this is being adopted at various speeds by various insurers in various markets, and not all insurers are embracing this trend. But one thing is true, the pace of innovation is not slowing down. The opposite of that is true. And forward-thinking insurers have already realized that AI is not just the future, it's making a difference to them today. So if you want to find out more, or if you want to ask any questions, or if you want to discuss how AI is transforming the insurance industry, please don't hesitate to reach out and contact me. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Matt. That's a really fascinating insight into what Tractable's developed over the last few years, and really, really interesting to see. I think what's also great from an ILC perspective is to see you working with so many ILC insurer partners. It's great to see the different parts of the ILC, the 2 halves of the ILC equation coming together with you guys. That's fantastic. I guess with any proposition like this, which requires a huge amount of R&D and is quite a fundamental step change in someone's repair strategy, there needs to be a show me the money thing as far as the solution's concerned. Can you just give us a quick insight into where the value is directly for insurers?
Yeah, thanks, Stu. Thanks for the question. So, I think even in the examples we've shown today, we work across that process, with those triage decisions and making that process far more efficient. We see huge cost savings and huge benefits to the insurers we work with. But then on the other side, understanding your business, your body shop network is also key and a key driver for value in what we do with our partners and the insurers we work with. I think overall, we have proven to save up to 1% of insurers' claims ratio by a combination of the products we provide and the value that we deliver to our partners. But of course, if any of the people watching want to understand further and for us to create a business case or to discuss it in more detail, I'm happy to do that.
Well, 1% sounds like a small number, but 1% of a combined ratio is quite significant. That's a huge return. But you can see how that would manifest itself in terms of a reduction in failure demand. Because if you're making the right decisions and you're making them quickly, you'll reduce failure demand and you'll improve your indemnity spend. So I think there's a really clear line of sight to that 1%. That's great.
Exactly.
Thanks. What will Tractable be doing for insurers in 3 years' time, though? I mean, obviously you've moved a huge distance in the last 3 years. Where can we expect to be in 3 years' time?
Yeah. So I think the reason why we've moved a huge distance in the last 4 or 5 years and why we are where we are today, because of the investment in the technology. And we still, are working and striving to be the global force with auto insurance and getting cars back onto the road quicker. But there's also the whole area of natural damage that we're now exploring, we're definitely moved into. So we see definitely that the auto space is something that we will continue to work and innovate in, which we have been doing since the inception of the company. But now we move into different fields in insurance, specifically with natural disasters, and we're already making headways into that with some of our customers around the world. And that is super exciting, how we can get people's lives back to normal quicker by using technology. Not only is it a great thing for the insurer, but for people and policyholders to get their lives back on track by using technology and back to normal after a huge disruption in their life is a great challenge for us, and one that we're already down the road of exploring and delivering on, Stu.
And I guess final question, Matt, would be that a lot of the solutions we've seen tonight address different parts of the value chain. Do you work alongside other technology solutions for an insurer, or do you have to have the whole piece, or are you easy to lock in and out of an ecosystem of ClaimsTech?
We're a relatively young company, so we built the system to be open. So we're happy to work with insurers, and all of our deliveries are slightly different. Every insurer has a different need, has a different ecosystem, has a different claims management system, whatever it may be. And we can be open to the journey of how our technology is used by the insurer based on the use case. So the system itself has been built with that openness surrounding it, so we can be plugged in at different parts of the journey and different areas where our partners see value and where they feel they could benefit from us the most. So yeah, I think the short answer is that we're completely open to the insurer's needs and how they want to structure the deployment.
I think the most exciting thing about this concept and Tractable is that it can only really get better, because the more cases you run through the artificial intelligence, the more accurate and better the results are going to be. So wherever you are now, there's little doubt you're going to be in a much more exciting place in 3 years' time. Not that you're not in an exciting place now.
And that's exactly how machine learning, artificial intelligence works. The more information we get, the better we get. And we are one of the most innovative companies in the UK, definitely across technology, not just in the insurance space. So we do see, and we do invest heavily in the next part of the technology, and that's at the core of our company, is that innovation and delivering real world benefits from artificial intelligence, which is a big buzzword, right? But we're actually doing that, and we're doing it on scale with some of the biggest insurers in the world. So yeah, I'm sure there's many great things to come.
Brilliant. Listen, that's been a fascinating insight, really exciting prospect. Really looking forward to seeing where you are in 3 years' time. Thanks so much for your time, Matt.
Thank you, Stu, and thank you everyone for listening and watching.